Good morning. It is Wednesday morning, 10 o'clock. The Campanella Tower is ringing its bells. That's a background noise that I think a lot of times it just fades into the background. A lot of people don't notice it when they're walking on the strip. Speak quiet, maybe you can hear it. We are across the street from the Hard Rock right now. Check out some of the construction going on over there. Welcome in. Welcome into the chat. Welcome in, chatters. Good morning. We're just going to do like a nice little walk today, grab some coffee, check out some, maybe some construction updates. John, what's going on, buddy? Jay-Z, how you doing? Alan, what's going on, buddy? Dude, I have been so busy, man. Mike, what's going on? 1 p.m. on the East Coast. Half your day is gone. John just checked in at Bellagio. Nice. It's going good, man. I've just been super busy this past weekend, past couple days. My son had his driver's license test yesterday, so he passed. So now I have another driver on the road out here. So let's walk around. He did good. I'm proud of him. So he'll be looking to purchase a car really soon. So he's probably going to. He wants to buy a Tesla. He's got a lot of money saved up, so I think he wants to buy a Tesla. So we're going to be looking into that. Murakami, what's going on? How you doing this morning? No problem, James. Did it all work out good for you there? Mike will be at Cosmo in 11 days. Nice. It's a nice little view there. You're going to flip your link stay to the Venetian. Nice. That's an upgrade there, Alan. That's for sure. So these people movers have been down for a while. I don't know what they're. Oh, well, they're probably like escalators. Lots of moving parts and lots of people spilling drinks and shit on them. So that's why these escalators and people movers are always broken down. We'll go down this way. No cost. Nice. That's good. Good free parking, right? Got that locals in and out under 3 hours. Now, Honolulu Cookie, they're going to move locations. They're going to move a little bit closer to the strip inside the Link Promenade. They're going to be, it's a larger storefront. So that'll be nice. I love their cookies. I'm just not allowed to go in there per J by myself because I'll spend way too much money in Honolulu Cookies. So, I mean, they work until they don't, right? I mean, they can fix them, but they get so much use. And people spill drinks on them. the heat, the dust, people, they pee on them, they crap on them. It's disgusting. That's a disgusting job, being an escalator repair person. I mean, some of the stuff that they have to deal with is just horrible. So, and the ones that are on the casino property, obviously they're maintained by the casinos. The ones that are on the strip, the crossovers, they're maintained by the city or the county. So they have to put, work orders in, get their contractors. There's probably not a whole lot of people who work for the city or the county that work on the escalators. So, well, Reverend Rob, what's going on? My morning's going pretty well so far. Just gonna have to stop somewhere and grab some coffee. Where do you guys want to head to today? Still decent crowd on the strip in the morning. Just eating the gummy worms. Yeah. Not something I need to know, Rob. So this is Casino Royale. They got some good deals in Casino Royale. If you do not have a player's card, you can sign up for a player's card. Your first $20 loss, I think it's your first time playing, they'll reimburse you like automatically. They got $3 domestic imported, 12-ounce roadies here. Pretty good menu, pretty good selection. I think Mike wants to go through Paris. Yeah, we hit Fremont Street. Like I said, there's an event that we go to on Fremont Street called Happy Hours. Our friend Heather puts it together, and we usually head up there. I think it is the first Saturday of the month. I forget. I'll have to get back. You know what I mean? The Strat, right? We're walking the wrong way for that, Jay. We should do that. We'll walk to the Strat one day. So, I don't know, we could walk down and check out the baseball stadium. I don't mind walking down. I want to beat the heat a little bit. 18 days until Reverend Rob graces us with his presence. I'm so excited. Mauricio, what's going on, buddy? Am I gonna do the EDC parade? Probably. I'll probably stream that. That should be pretty cool. I know, right, Murakami? You picked up on all that excitement. I know. I hide my excitement well. Mauricio, I will try my hardest to get out there and do the EDC parade. That's tomorrow, right? At like 5 or something like that. Tell Joe I said what's up. So this is a good little spot for entertainment, right? If you guys are joining, looking for things to do in Vegas, maybe just checking out some live streams. So this is Carnival Court. They have live music there, a lot of 80s bands, 80s music, hair bands. Over in Harrah's, There's the dual and piano bar. They start the night usually with some karaoke, and then they have the dual and pianos come on. It's a really fun time. 6 p.m. I might have to lose your number, Rob. You know, me and Jay were just talking about the EDC parade on my way here. I thought it was Friday for some reason. I don't know. I had my dates mixed up. I knew it was the 15th, but I was just off on the, or the 14th or whatever it was. I said Friday, and as normal, she was right. You're staying to watch it. You're gonna nice. Yeah, we'll be out. I think we'll be out. I think that was like part of our plan. Let's smash that like button. Let's get that thumbs up. Anyone who hasn't subscribed yet and enjoyed these kinds of walks, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We come out several times a week, especially when I'm not busy. I'm out a lot. When I'm busy, not so much. I don't have tons and tons of time today. I'll probably be on till about 12, but I got to change the cabin filter in the Tesla, and one of the little seat controllers broke. So I ordered up a new seat controller, and if that button comes in today, I'm going to do both of them. If not, then I'll just wait until that other controller comes in. Yeah, you know, Murakami, I forgot to take off for that, so I'm going to have to skip that one, unfortunately. Exactly, Mike. Joanna, what's going on? Let's take a quick walk through the promenade. But I tell you what, we are not going in I Love Sugar. I don't want to get Rob too excited this morning.
Find out for recording.
Headed back to Philly. No time soon. No time soon. I don't really go back to Philly. So the last time I went to Philly back in December when the Raiders played the Eagles. I went back for that game, and if it wasn't for that game, I probably wouldn't have been back. That was my first time back outside of the airport since we moved here, actually. Hopefully you do, Mike. Hopefully you do win pretty big this trip in Vegas. That's the feeling you got to have, right? And, you know, just make sure you keep to your budget, and, you know, don't go chasing those jackpots because they just keep getting further and further away. So a little walking tip. When you're out here walking, try to stay in the shade because it is considerably cooler when the sun is not on you. I stay in the shade to keep the sun off me, and then also for so I can read the chat. So this is going to be where the Honolulu Cookie Company is going to be. It's right across the street from the fabulous Las Vegas little store here. Off the strip right there. That's a pretty good little restaurant off the strip. They got some good food. Yeah, that's probably going to be right there, Rob. It was 104 yesterday, I believe. Not quite hitting 10 yet, but 104 yesterday. I think today it's only going up to 97. Yeah, Mike, and you know, a lot of the casinos are connected, or it's just a short walk to get from one to the other if you know how to navigate them the right way. I have made a couple videos on how to get around the strip in the sun. Maybe we'll touch on that a little bit today. The worst walk in Vegas in the heat is if you're at MGM Grand and you're trying to get up the strip, right? Because on the east side of the strip, the casinos aren't really connected like they are on the west side of the strip. On the west side of the strip, we have Park MGM all the way to Bellagio. You can walk without going out. On the east side of the strip, the only two casinos that are really connected on the strip, well, I guess there's four. The Link and Harrah's are connected, and Paris and Horseshoe are connected and have a walkway. But other than that, you kind of have to go outside for a short bit to get from casino to casino. Yeah, the monorail's in the back. The monorail is decent if you're trying to get to up the strip to like Sahara. It doesn't really save you that much time if you were going from like say Flamingo to Paris or Horseshoe, which is where the stop is. It doesn't really save you that much time. Yeah, Cosmo's connected to Aria, Bellagio. Well, it's not connected to Aria from the inside. It's connected to Bellagio and Vdara. It's just a short walk outside of Vdara to Aria to get from Cosmo. It's like literally like for people that know where they're going, Rob, it's like a 4-minute walk. It's right outside the doors where you're going to be going to go here, but you walk past I Love Sugar and just walk to the end of the promenade. It's a really quick walk. It may be 20. It may be 20 for Rob, Joanna. You're right. So this end of the Link Promenade is always, it's just the more like kind of crowded end, I think. No hate, bud. No hate. It's all love. Just speaking truths. That's all. Maybe we'll have to do that. Maybe we'll have to do that walk. I think I just came up with an idea for a video after we get off of here that I'm going to shoot today. Try to get edited today and get on maybe today. Who knows? So that means that that video will be out in about a week. Because it's hard to do all this stuff when you're doing it by yourself. You know, me and Jay do all of this ourselves. So, you know, when we do our videos, that's why we don't edit them a whole lot, because it's just kind of a pain to edit.
It's 20 feet on.
Oh, that was at the Smiths, or wait, no. That was that the Smiths? At the supermarket? I heard about that. That's terrible. So this is the, they got an overhead protection system up here outside of where Luke Combs Category 10 is going to be, because they're doing a lot of work on the face of the building. And they're doing some work on the Link Promenades signage there. So let's turn around. I'll show you guys what they're doing here. So you can see they got a lot of work going on. That used to be Margaritaville. That's been closed for a while. Looks like Omnia is looking like it's almost ready to open. I think it's opening this weekend, right? You can get the MGM Grand on the monorail, yes. You want to take it southbound, Joanna? And it's the last stop, too, so you probably won't get lost. Now, I've been reading a lot of articles. Apparently, when they closed the monorail, which I think is in 2028 or something like that, 2030, that is where they're going to have some more of the Tesla tunnels. I guess they're going to have a Tesla thing going on up there. Don't lump you in with Rob, right? Well, aren't you going to be showing them the way? So they got some more signage up at the Vanderpump. They got the entrances. They got the over the grand sign right over top of on the outside here. That makes a lot of sense, James. The last I saw, Murakami, the Cromwell sign on the back end was still there. So there is the outside Vanderpump. Let's walk in. There's the carpet. I don't know, with the machines on it, the carpet's not that bad, but they definitely need to do something with this red leather. That doesn't match at all. But they did put in some really nice chandeliers. Yeah, they are filming some sort of show in here. Haunted Mansion carpet. Yeah, it does kind of look like the Haunted Mansion carpet. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so the red, I mean, this red, that's a holdover from when it was the Cromwell. So I imagine, I mean, I don't see why they're not making it purple, you know? But the sign is on the back, as far as it was on Monday. So let's go check out the big oak sign on the front that faces the strip. So it looks like they're doing some repairs on this one too. So hopefully they're getting it all together. Oh, and the elevator's closed. Jeez. That's a pain for people with mobility issues. Now I have to go on street level crossings. So let's see. There's the Vanderpump sign. That is a pretty nice sign. I mean, I do like the purple. Them stairs are brutal. All the stairs out here are brutal, but now these escalators have been closed the whole time they were building this sign. So they're doing some work on the escalators right here, but they need to, I can't wait until they open up the sidewalk around the fountain right there. Carrie Ann, what's going on? Yeah, the elevators are horrible. Because here's the problem. Like, if you need the elevator and you get all the way over here and the elevators are broke, you have to go all the way back up towards where the Link Promenade is. It takes so much time. It adds so much time to it. Robert, you're not going to hear me disagree with you. I will disagree with you about the football team, though, the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I mean? But the Flyers, the Sixers, horrible, absolute horrible Philadelphia sports teams. Horrible, horrible ownership. And the Phillies, I mean, you know, they're like mid. The Phillies are mid. So they need to open this back up. You know, you got your big giant guitar envy sign up. So let's open up the sidewalk here so we can get these nice fountains again. These are some of my favorite fountains in all of Vegas, actually. They got them on. I love walking by here at night. Some clean water there too, huh? Robert, it may have been a bad joke, but it was the truth, right? All right, so we got another broken escalator. We should have took an broken escalator count today. Bruce, what's going on? Everybody's just come into the chat. Welcome in, chatters. Welcome into our Wednesday live stream. We're just kind of walking the strip. I think we're going to walk down and maybe check out the baseball stadium, see how the construction there is going. It's been about a week or so since we've been there. See if anything has changed. Somewhere along the walk here, I'm going to have to grab myself a coffee. And a water. Yeah, or you could be a Cleveland, right? What, Cleveland has what? The Browns and what's the? I mean, you don't get a worse organization than the Cleveland Browns. That's for sure.
John Smith.
Oh, John, what's going on, buddy? What's up, Chad? It's John Smith. He's just checking in. Good, good.
I just checked in.
Nice.
Like I told you. Yep.
Yeah, I got some stickers here. I think so. Where are they? Here they are.
How you doing so far?
Nah, pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna walk down to the stadium.
Yeah, I don't get it. I get it and I don't get it. It's just there's no stadium. I know what I'm doing. The doors are making all the money off of it.
Oh yeah,
parking.
Oh yeah. Well, the parking and you know the people that can afford to buy the season tickets make out the best because it's all people from different cities that come to see their team. You know, I mean, wrap it up in a weekend. You know, go see a football game, gamble a little bit, all good fun stuff. So
I saw you talking about the ramp where we can do that jump. I walked past it too. It's like I don't know how he's going to land or where he's going to take off.
I don't know. I forgot to put in to take off that day, so I'm gonna miss it.
I leave Friday.
You leave Friday? Yeah.
I won't see it, but
I might. I don't know.
Try to watch it on television or something like that.
Maybe I'll take a half day. I don't know. I don't know. It's not that huge of a deal, you know.
Right.
It's good content.
Yeah.
It's good content. But you know, I'm waiting for this to open back up.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that's like my favorite corner on the whole strip. That fountain right there. You know, and they got their Caesars. I'm jealous of the guitar. I'm going to try to block you sign. You know what I mean? So
the rooms. The rooms for the one down in Florida are $500, like $500 a night right now. Yeah. But these rooms will probably when it opens go for $1,000. That's what they're predicting. $1,000 for the suites. Easily.
Probably a little bit cheaper in the old Mirage towers. Yep. But I mean, I think even $1,000 on the strip right there, I think it is. It's not a bad price point. You know what I mean? It's what, $600 to $800 at Wynn. Yep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't afford Wynn. That's the only resort I haven't stayed at yet because I can't afford it.
Yeah,
I can't.
They are pretty pricey. It's beautiful in there.
Oh, I know.
You can smell the money walking through. You know, and there's a lot of famous people, a lot of sports people that stay there, so you can always kind of, you know, run into somebody. You know.
Are you going to go to the parade on Thursday night?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
All right, if you live stream, I'll see you then.
All right.
There you go.
All right, man.
Do your thing.
All right, John, take it easy. Nice meeting you. I'll see you, man. All right. That was John. That's awesome. Not even planned, just running in. So as you guys saw, I do have some stickers that I carry around with me. Let me grab one out. I should have kept one out. Let's go see if they're doing any maintenance on the Bellagio fountain. I always like to, I enjoy seeing the Bellagio fountain maintenance workers. Because to me, that's like an amazing job that they have, right? We should sell water ice on the strip. How do I manage doing all off the walks? I don't understand the question. You got the shoe sticker. Is this the one you got, Alan? This is the sticker that I have right now. I'm working on another design. I still have a pretty good amount of these left. Oh, that's pretty cool. We got some. They got some work going on right there. Oh. Some push stickers. Having a hard time. There we go with the gimbal. I got a funny story about the gimbal too. Just give me a minute. So, you know, I've been looking at different gimbals, and I think I finally found one that I wanted, and I was gonna go buy it, but I gave Jay the money that I had put to the side for the gimbal so that she could go get her tattoo finished for Mother's Day. So I'll be going and getting a gimbal relatively soon, I think, but not right now. So we still got to kind of deal with this one for now. Yeah, it's pretty cool watching these guys do the work. So all these guys that are that work in the fountain area here, they all have scuba certifications and stuff like that because they do a lot of work underwater, which I think is really, really cool. A lot of these guys, there was a documentary Jay watched about these guys. A lot of these guys started out in like security, different roles, custodians, and then just went and got their maintenance certs that they needed to work in the I'm trying to get past these people here. Let's see. I think we're all right. Ton of people there. Charlie, what's going on? Whoa, there we go. Mike, when you're out here, we'll try to get you one, man. Melissa, what's up, Freckles? How you doing? I know. Look at all the water at the Bellagio, right? Chris, what's going on? Sea doves. Yeah, it's pretty warm today, man. You know how the sun is out here, you know? Oh, yeah. I mean, think about this job, right? You get to spend all day in the water, you know? You're shooting the water cannons up in the air, you know? I mean, that's a fantastic job to have. All right, so where do we want to go now? I think we said we're going down to the stadium, right? It's definitely one of the best attractions out here, 100%. I mean, it's free, you know, it's constantly changing. See, they got the jets sticking out of the water right now. All right. Let's go ahead inside for a minute. All right, I got to figure this out here. Got to figure this out. So it seems like whenever it's a little bit hot and I stream using Prism Live, it always starts to heat up my device. So let's go take a walk through and Cosmo here and stay inside for a little bit, right? So we're going to redirect and we're going to treat this live stream as let's beat the heat from this point on, right? We're out here right by the water, the Bellagio fountains, and it's starting to heat up. I'm not even sure what the temperature is right now. Vonda, welcome in. But it's starting to heat up. We don't want to walk outside all day in the sun, so let's get ourselves inside and take some of the some of the connectors that go through the casino to casino. Yes, I will have stickers for Joanna. Yeah, is it stuttering a little bit because maybe if I do outside daytime live streams, I may just have to use the YouTube native app, which I know isn't the best, but it's less on the battery, right? And normally I have a fan with me. Yeah, we always try to grab a little something from where we go. We don't have, like, you know, some people collect magnets or something like that. We always just grab a little something memorabilia-wise. Like a souvenir cup, something like that. Tobin, what's going on? I don't know what mud is. Yeah, we're gonna go inside. We're gonna go in Cosmo right now and take our time getting through there. Cool off for a little bit. And then we'll continue we're going to continue our walk. We're just going to do it on the inside of the casinos for now until we get down to New York, and then we'll probably take a walk over to the baseball stadium. Well, we're going to treat this as a little beat the heat, right? So when you're walking the strip, you're starting to heat up and you're right here by Cosmo. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to walk into Cosmo. And then once you're in Cosmo, you can get pretty much down the strip to Park MGM without really having to deal with the heat. There's just a small section that will be outside when we leave the Vdara. But other than that, it's a pretty good walk. So I'm also trying a new thing today. I got my other device with me. So I'm able to like kind of take some content as I'm walking for like later for some videos. All right. So now we're inside. It's nice and cool in here. Chandelier bar right in front of us. Let's take a walk up on the second floor. When I was in here the other day, early in the morning, kind of like we're at now, it was like not too crowded in here. Tattoo, what's going on? Yeah, you might see something on You Think You Know Vegas shorts when we're in here. Now, there is a piece of artwork that I didn't show you guys last time we were here that I thought was really, really cool, right? So right next to the juice standard, milk bar. I used to love the milk bar. It's not so good anymore. Although the juice standard does have some really good coffee. You know what? Maybe I'll get my coffee there. Maybe I might get an iced coffee too. All right, so look at some of this cool art here. This is called, trying to zoom in a little bit there. This here is the Dutch female composite specimen, right? Now, I don't know if you can really see, but there's like little eyeballs, fingers, hands, some ears up here. It's a really cool little piece of art. We missed it the last time we were in here. Yeah, any coffee's better than Starbucks. I think that zebra at Cosmo went and got a new job at the Purple Zebra. Yeah, smash that thumbs up button for us. All right, so here, let's see what kind of coffee we're gonna get here. I think I might do an iced one. That's really good. The Chagachino is really good, as it has some brain boosting chaga espresso, right? Chaga's a mushroom. I may even be saying that wrong, but you know how that is. The raw Kako mocha is really good too. The honey potato is good. Focus fuel is okay. I think we're gonna go with the Chagachino iced. That's what we're gonna do. Now, normally I don't get iced coffees. I normally get hot coffees, but today I'm feeling like a little bit of an iced coffee. But the milk bar, I used to always get coffee there. I used to get, are you alive?
No.
No? Okay. How you doing? Can I get a Chagachino iced?
Sure. Do you want to add an extra top espresso to that?
No, just one's fine.
Got it. It comes to $9.75, please. Bring something here, please, and tap me. You need a receipt?
No.
Right on.
Thank you.
Please.
All right. They do have some decent desserts and stuff, but their coffee is, Alan can attest to that. You know what? I've been really feeling like one of these Chagachinos. Jay got a smoothie from here the other day, and I had already gotten coffee, and I was like, man, I could go for a Chagachino. So, Mike, I drink hot coffee like year round. Even when it's like 10:10, I grab the hot coffee. But this morning, I've already had like 2 hot coffees this morning. So we're going to go with a little bit of iced right now. And then we're going to continue walking through Cosmo, let the device kind of cool down a little bit. I know, right? We're talking about milk bar here. Although, and that to me, that's a little bit pricey. Cake slice and a shake for $22. That seems a little pricey. That's because I think of the way Starbucks does their roast, right? It kind of has that little bit of a burnt taste. I don't mind the taste of Starbucks, but I just prefer other spots. Thank you. All right. Cheers. Let's go up this way. It only comes in one size. It's kind of small, but so it's mushroom espresso. It's not regular like espresso. It's a chaga mushroom. It's like, you know, so if you, I don't know if you've ever bought mushroom coffee, but mushroom coffee is pretty expensive in general. So, so I posted a video and said, look, this Westoria, and somebody's like, whatever. They tried to start a little fight with me on my post. And it was funny because on MGM's website, they have a job posting for a sous chef here at this Westoria. So I don't know. I don't even know really what kind of food or anything this is going to be. One's made with coffee beans and one's made with dried mushrooms. I'm going to show you guys one of me and Jay's favorite restaurants. No, it doesn't taste like mushrooms. It doesn't. I mean, it tastes like coffee. But Beauty and Excess. So this is like, it looks like a pawn shop from the outside, right? And then you go in these doors over to this door over here. It's closed right now. But back there is the restaurant and the bar. And this is like one of me and Jay's favorite spots to go. It is, the food there is so good. The service is always great in there. Because you get not that kind of mushrooms, Alan. Although I'm sure you could probably make it with those type of mushrooms. I don't know though. Yeah, so that's one of the speakeasies. Some of the other ones in here are a little harder to find. So I'm not going to tell you guys where Secret Pizza is, but there's like a hallway that you walk down that looks like maybe you shouldn't walk down it. And that's where Secret Pizza is. So you just got to get out there, explore a little bit when you're in Vegas, right? So this is going to be the corner store. I don't know what all the hype is about it, but people are super excited about it. Yeah, the mushroom coffee is supposed to be a little bit better than you. Yeah, they're all pretty cool. So each one has its own like food and drinks and stuff, right? Like Donkey Bar, that is like nachos and margaritas. Ski Lodge is like pizza and stuff. Yes, the Jerry Garcia Rose. That may be pretty good though, Abel. So I don't know if they're setting up for like EDC or something. They got the Cosmic Rave. I have no idea what that is. But let's explore. Oh, they got a little photo booth here. Huh. I'm not doing it. I just want to see. Oh, they don't even show you what they look like. But it's like $16 for some photos. Oh, Cosmic Rave. Here it is. It is a festival of outfits and rave essentials. Starts later today. Now I know we just did a whole tour up here last week. Murakami's favorite work of art here. A lot of people really like this. This is keys. These are old Cosmo keys. Donkey bar. It's Ghost Donkey. Did I say donkey bar? Yeah, so this must be set up with EDC. Joanna, you take it easy. We will see you later. Oh, they got a new social hour there. We have to check that out. I got to get a picture of that for Jay. Naughty Patties. Who says Naughty Patties? Click. That is downstairs. Let's see what signs are coming through. Ooh, Scarpetta's good too. I like Scarpetta. Let's see what's going on. Man, this takes forever for it to get back around. Beauty and Nexus. There we go. That is me and Jay's favorite spot. I want to get the time of the social hour. I didn't catch it on the first when I first showed it. All right. You know what? Enough of this. All you new subscribers, thank you guys all so much. So a minute ago, Murakami had put up on the screen a link for Aroma Retail. So Aroma Retail, you know, when you walk into these resorts and you have that awesome scent that you get hit with when as soon as you walk in. Well, Aroma Retail has all them scents. They have scent machines, and me and Jay are affiliates. So if you go back and click those links and purchase something, me and Jay would get a commission off a qualifying purchase. And if you use our code, Neon City, you get 20% off your purchase. Oh, are you getting impatient and wanted me to move around, Rob? Should have stayed there for a little bit longer. We're going to put Rob in the middle of the dogs. These are the judging dogs, or at least that's what we named them. So in Cosmo, you have these 5 dog statues, right? So these 5 dog statues have one standing in the middle, and they're all judging them. I wonder what that dog did. They are, but you know what? Those dogs, so you're allowed to actually touch. Hey, there's Rosie. The guy's like, you took my job, bitch. Yeah, them dogs are a little bit creepy, but you are allowed to touch them, right? Which is cool. They are made of a material where your hand, your fingers, your oils do not mess up the materials that they were made with. So you are allowed to kind of touch them. I like the the flower and arrow one at Wynn, the one that's made by the artist Murakami, not our Murakami. Super Frico, Italian American psychedelic. If you have never eaten at Super Frico, you definitely have to go and eat there. It is a bit pricey, but it is a crazy experience. And then right next door to it, you have another speakeasy, Ski Lodge. Did I say flavor? All right, Rob, thanks for the warning. Must be the heat. If I said flavor, I'm starting to get a little delirious. So this is a connector hallway. This hallway, we're coming out of Cosmo right now, and we're going to connect to the Aria, Vdara, or Bellagio, depending which way we turn when we get to the end of the hallway here. So we'll figure that out in a second, but I know we're heading south. So yeah, maybe it is the mushroom coffee. And those lights are not blinking, by the way. For some reason, they're flashing on my screen. It normally doesn't do that. All right, so when we get up here at the end of the hallway, if we make a right, that's going to take us to the Bellagio. If we go that way, going to take us to Bellagio. We're going to go this way, and it's going to take us to Aria, Vdara, and like I said, you're only in Vdara for a short amount of time. So here's the walkway. Man, this is bright in this walkway. They need to cover that. They don't need a glass ceiling in this. It's not very energy efficient when you're trying to cool it. This is on the 2nd floor of Cosmo, 2nd floor of Bellagio, and right off the main lobby of Vdara. So right now we're walking to the main lobby of Vdara. There's a Starbucks over here. Why get Starbucks when you can go in Cafe Vdara right here and Market Cafe Vdara, and they have really good coffee in there. So we're gonna head outside. Yeah, if you walk back to food court, right, you go around the side of the food court back to where the dogs are, go past the dogs back to where Wicked Spoon, the buffet is, and that takes us out here. So this is the short walk that we have. So basically it's 1:05 that's on my timer here. So we're gonna see how long it takes us to walk over to Aria, which is right there. You know, it's only like maybe 2-3 minute walk, if that, depending on how fast you walk. But then that takes us into Aria, and we'll be able to continue to walk the strip or the casinos and stay off the strip to beat the heat. So Mike, what we did was we went up to the 3rd floor so I could show you guys Beauty and Exodus and explain kind of where Secret Pizza was. And then we went down the escalators onto the 2nd floor, right by where the dogs are on the 2nd floor of Cosmo. And then you walk down the hallway towards Super Frico and Wicked Spoon there. Yeah, that would be nice, Alan. Well, like I said, this is only like a maybe 3-minute walk, depending on how fast you walk. And it's in pretty good shade during the morning hours. The afternoon hours when the sun, that's to the west right there. So in the afternoon, the sun would be kind of blazing on you a little bit here. But it's still not that bad. Just it's better than walking the strip. You're not out there the whole entire time. Or, I mean, you could, if you're in Vdara, you could always walk down to the Bellagio, to the Aria Express, the Bellagio tram station. It's not really that far of a walk, maybe 2-3 minutes from the lobby at Vdara, and take the tram over to Aria. Yeah, let's get those thumbs up, those likes going. Let's get at least 75. I'd like to shoot for 100. I know you guys got 100 in there. We got 120 people in here. How many of you guys have just subscribed? If you have, thank you so much. We really appreciate the support. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss our live stream walks. I don't really have that much of a, sorry. Yeah. I don't really have that much. I just let the door like shut on her by accident. Nice guy. Said, hey. So, the big, beautiful Buddha. We'll come back and see the big, beautiful Buddha a little later, maybe. So if you go this way, this takes you into the casino area. And this is going to take us over to that. I just posted this video, I think this morning or last night. Spring in Bloom. This is their new display. Tom, thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's the best way to support your creators here on YouTube, in my opinion, is go ahead, subscribe to their channels, watch their videos, watch their live streams if they live stream. Ryan, what's going on? I know me and Murakami were talking about that the other day. When they take this down, they just need to have a big giant vat of coffee right next to this thing and just let people go at it. Grab a cup of coffee and start picking at this thing. Everything in here, the gnomes, those little butterflies, the dirt, that's all some sort of chocolate or dessert. So here it is. It says, at its center, the rain tree anchors the forest, crafted from 2,250 pounds of dark chocolate with 150 feet of sugar vines. So that rain tree in the middle has 2,250 pounds of dark chocolate. The mythical hummingbird sips from a chocolate fountain amidst sugar rock formations. An 18-pound sugar butterfly takes flight, accompanied by 50 handcrafted fondant butterflies. Look closely to discover the whimsical fondant gnomes hidden throughout the sweet landscape. So look at that, man. It's like just such detail. Yeah, I know. They just throw it away when it's over. It's crazy. All right, so this is, you know what, let's go take a walk around and check out the so here's the patisserie, right? This is their little coffee shop. This is 24 hours. They got really good coffee and some really good desserts in there. They have gelati, all that stuff on this side. They got the coffee and dessert and sandwiches and stuff over here on this side. Always packed. So if I'm up here late at night and I'm anywhere near Aria and it's, 2, 3 in the morning, because sometimes I am up here and I just take overnight walks. That is where I stop and grab my coffee. Listen, I don't think chocolate goes bad, right? Does chocolate go bad? I think you can probably maybe just, I would try it. Listen, I would still try it even if it was sitting there for a couple months. Why not? I don't think it goes bad like that. But shoot it up with a little bit of preservatives. There's, like I said, the little patisserie there, they have like some really good desserts and cupcakes and stuff in there. And they may have some theme stuff there, Mike. So Aria has done the lobby up really nice too. I did do a video on the lobby. I think I did a little walkthrough short. But they do their lobby up pretty nice. We'll go down to the front doors and then we'll turn around and walk through the center. So as I was saying, thank you guys for subscribing today. Just joined and subscribed. Say hello in the chat. We have a great chat group here. We call you guys the Chatters. That name was picked by the Chatters a few months ago when we first started really streaming a lot on here. We like to have you guys kind of tell us where to go sometimes while we're on our live streams here. Zoom in a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. They got this little like teepee thing in the middle here. So yeah, go check out. I have a lot of videos on how to get the ride shares, how to beat the heat in Vegas. I'm gonna walk through here. Oh, look at this. Has like the best spot to stand for a photo selfie. Let's see. So let's stand on this spot and see. Let's flip the camera around. Tiffany, what's going on? Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess we can go around and that looks pretty nice. Can we get stuff in the background? Oh, that looks cool. That's a good selfie. Get rid of the catch sign in the back though, right? Let's see. How's it look this way? I almost feel like if we bent down like this, you can get more of it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Get in the center so you can't see the catch sign. Let's flip it back around. I don't think you guys want to see me anymore. I know Tiffany was not saying so pretty to me. She's probably talking about the lobby. Yes, she was. All right, so let's continue our inside walk, right? Okay, now we're gonna walk over to Park MGM. Go over Park MGM, walk through. I'll show you guys. I mean, I guess this is a decent crowd for Wednesday morning.
All right, we need to get the fuck out of here. You gotta get it. It's like fuck.
So we're gonna follow the signs here to the self-parking garage. So we're gonna make a left. I mean, a right. Man, maybe there was something in this mushroom coffee. There's Javier's. Who's ever eaten at Javier's? It's a beautiful restaurant. Look at that's all rope up there. Cosmo has the chandelier bar with all the crystals. Javier has the rope bar. Yeah, Aria is so nice. Aria has like probably the most popular scent that Aroma Retail has. Everyone, it's kind of an iconic scent that people recognize right away. But you kind of become nose blind to some of these scents, you know, if you use them too much or work in these places. If you're up here all the time, sometimes you don't really smell it. So, got a little temporary detour here. They're still redoing the floor up here. I think they're putting in new carpets and things like that. So if you follow that link Murakami just put up, we are affiliates for Aroma Retail. We would get a commission. Use our discount code there for 20% off. And go check it out. They have every scent out here. They have the little scent machines, portable ones, whole house ones, diffusers, fabric sprays, push. All right, so if you have some mobility issues, the elevator to get upstairs where we need to get to is to the right of the escalators. You never noticed the scents, Alan? All right, next time we're out, we're gonna make you stop and take a deep breath in each resort that we go in. A big inhale with your nose. So people slide their tickets in here for donations. They support the MGM Resorts Foundation, helping fund nonprofit organizations that uplift our neighbors in need. MGM Resorts covers administrative costs, so 100% of your gift reaches our community. That's pretty nice. So you can either donate those, and MGM will get them to some charities. If you don't cash in your slips, they go right to the state after they expire. The casino has to give the state that money. So Alan, what you do, so guys, if you don't know, if you take your ticket, even if it's for a penny, right? You got 1 penny left on your ticket there. So this is for the tram. I'll get back to that in a second. This is for the tram. You go out these doors, up the escalators, and you will be on the tram. Inside here to the left is an elevator to get up to the tram level. We're going to go down these escalators, and we are going to be inside Park MGM when we get off the escalator here. So those tickets, right? Those 10-cent, 1 cent, 50-cent, whatever, 38-cent tickets. If you go find yourself like a Dragon Link or one of those machines that have a wager saver, you stick that in, you can max bet that, right? You can go to like a $2 max bet and make a $50 bet with your 2-cent ticket, right? Now, the thing is, I mean, I've hit one time doing that for like $20 or something like that. So, but it gives you that one last chance, right? So that's what I usually try to do when I have those things. Sometimes I just save them up and I'll just sit there and do like 5 or 6 of them. So right now we are in Park MGM, and this is the back walkway. So let's see, we went in Cosmo, walked around Cosmo a little bit, took the connector over to Vdara, a short outside walk to Aria, a little walk around Aria, and now we are over here. So this is the pool area out there. They have a pretty basic pool at Park MGM, nothing spectacular. It's nothing like MGM Grand or Mandalay Bay. It's just, not a whole lot of shade. So if you need shade, you need an umbrella or a cabana or something, you're going to have to rent those. Eli, what's going on? Oh yeah, so Mike, I have a video. If you go scroll back to maybe October or so, or you can search it. We went from Mandalay Bay to Bellagio for one of their displays, and it gives you how long it took us to get there, right? And you'd be actually surprised. I sped the video up. It's maybe a 5-6 minute video that encompasses the whole entire walk. So we can go out this way. I want to check something out. Somebody said that they had Bruno Mars merchandise. Somebody was asking about that last week on the live stream over here. I think they still do have some. Oh, this is going to be all EDC merch right now, probably in all the stores here. Yeah, they got some EDC hats and fans and sweatpants and stuff like that. I don't see no Bruno stuff though. Yeah, I don't see the Bruno stuff. Basically, they just have that's pretty nice though. The EDC jersey, that kind of looks like a Seahawks jersey though. Is there a setting for rewindable? I'll have to check that out. I didn't know if there's a setting for that or not. All right, so we're gonna head out of. Whoa, the wind is picking up. Wow, look at these bushes blowing around. Oh, I'll have to look into that. I thought they probably were rewindable. Well, when we're done, you can go back to the replays too, right? So I'll have to check that out though. When I get home, I'll go on Studio. So you can walk through Park MGM and come out at a different entrance, but we're gonna come out back here and walk over to New York, New York. And then I think we're going to walk over to just check out the baseball stadium. Oh, that's weird. I'll have to check that out, Mike. Kevin, what's going on? There's a lot of options. Like, I do most of my stuff on my mobile devices, my phone and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things I got to go onto my laptop for to change the settings of. And a lot of times I forget to do that. So I'll have to make a note of that to go find a setting to make the live streams rewindable. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I saw 2,000 subs is right around the corner. You know, our little Facebook group is growing pretty good too. I mean, we're just started taking that serious a couple weeks ago. You know, we're right around the corner from 1,000 on there. You know, it's a lot of work, man. This doing social media stuff is a lot of work. I'll tell you what, like, you know, it's like a full-time job that doesn't really pay like a full-time job, you know, but it's fun. Me and Jay have a lot of fun doing this, giving you guys the information. And, you know, we never intended it to be a full-time job, and I highly doubt it ever will be a full-time job. You know, but it's fun. You know, we do it ourselves. Just two 50-year-olds figuring out the world of YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and all that stuff. No assistants, no editors, no managers, none of that stuff. We make all our own mistakes. Oh, look at this mud guy coming in, starting problems. Yeah, that's usually where we do walk from. We walk up there. It's going to be a nice walk over there too. It's starting to heat up. It's got to be in the 90s by now. It's got to be like probably like 93, I bet. Muds Rob Jr. Oh man, that's some hurtful words there. Yeah, I mean, for those of you who maybe just subscribed today, just found us today. So I'm Jimmy. Jay's my wife. She works a lot during the days. My days off are Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so I come out and do a lot of live streaming on those days. You know, we started on TikTok like almost 2 years ago, I guess, right? And kind of by accident. You know, we were just got access to live stream, and we were up on the strip and decided that, hey, let's live stream the volcano, right? Because it's only going to be here for a couple more days. And so we started live streaming the Mirage volcano, and just kind of doing a little bit of walk after that and stuff like that. And people started asking questions, and we started answering it, and it became really fun. And it was just something that we did for a little bit, and then we started taking TikTok a little more serious. And to tell you the truth, I never thought I would move over to YouTube, but TikTok kind of forced my hand in that one, because the live streaming restrictions that they have on TikTok are ridiculous. And, you know, we just enjoy bringing you guys Vegas, right? Kind of unfiltered, raw Vegas, live streaming things as they're happening. They're not like commercials. Our content don't look like commercials. You know, our content is pretty basic and raw. Astros, what's going on? I still have some live, some footage from the Mirage. I have the last volcano shows. I think they may be on here on YouTube, buried somewhere. I'll have to check it out. So that's the hard thing too about TikTok is once you do a live stream, that live stream is basically gone forever. You can download them, but the quality is horrible most of the time, and it's hard to cut. It's hard to cut clips out of the live streams from TikTok. So but then we came over here and started becoming a little bit more serious on YouTube, I guess back in October, and doing a lot more live streams and trying to create some long form content. I don't think I'm really that good at the long form content. It's getting a little better, but everybody starts at some point. And here's 9 Fine Irishmen. This is a great spot to sit outside at night, because at night on the Brooklyn Bridge behind us, they have this live music stage back here, live on the Brooklyn Bridge. Really fun. Cool spot to kind of chill out. Deacon, what's going on? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we're going to be actually crossing over towards MGM Grand because we're going to go check out the stadium construction. So we we just kind of enjoy bringing you guys like just Vegas tips and tricks, and that's why we love how our chats work here, right? People asking questions, people giving answers, very interactive, very engaging, right? We want you guys asking questions. We can answer them. If I'm not paying attention, because that happens a lot, somebody in the chat usually answers the question for us, right? And, we let you guys sometimes guide the walks. If I don't really have a plan for the day, I ask you guys, So we're going to head over here. We're going to walk through MGM Grand a little bit. Like I said, we're trying to stay out of as much heat as possible and see what's going on. Try to walk and stay inside as many properties today as we can. No, if you come into our chat a lot, there's a lot of inside joking around. A lot of friendships have been formed here. No, they don't have the pop-up still. That was only there for like 7 days. They only have to do a minimum amount of time as a casino to keep their gaming license. So if it's like 7 days, then that's all they're gonna do. It's 7 days. They're not gonna add it on and on. So, but here we are. We're gonna walk through MGM. So. That was fun though. That little pop-up they had for the Bally's Tropicana site was really fun. Yeah, it was a wash. I wasn't expecting much, man. That's why I was like, I'll pay $40. I don't gamble a whole lot anyway. Like usually my budget, high budget is like $100 for for some slot machines. I hardly ever do table games or anything like that because I just don't want to put that much money in, you know? Yeah, gas prices out here are unfortunately pretty high. Now, you know, that's because Las Vegas gets all their gas from California. Well, not all their gas, because I don't want to hear somebody will call me out on that. We get approximately 90% of our gasoline, our fuel, from California, approximately 10% from Utah, and approximately 0% from anywhere else in the country, right? So Texas, Ohio, any other refining state, we don't get any fuel from because we don't have pipelines that'll bring it here. Now, the problem is we are at the end of the pipeline for the California fuel, right? Let's walk under this. Remember this? This used to be the Golden Brick Road, right? When MGM first opened up and it had that kind of Wizard of Oz theme and the golden era of Hollywood. That was the original theme of MGM Grand here. So we're at the end of the pipeline for California supply chain. So if there's any issues in California with a refinery or anything on the supply side, we are kind of shit out of luck here in Nevada, right? So it just kind of is one of them things where, like, our gas prices are always going to be a little bit higher than the national average. Well, that's because we don't have our own refining. And, you know, gasoline comes from Texas to Arizona and then stops, right? There's no pipeline that comes in to Nevada, right? So we're not getting that cheaper fuel coming from Texas. And the California gas, we don't pay California taxes. Everyone thinks we're paying California taxes. No, we pay another tax. It's a shipping tax, right? That's like how much it's costing to get on the pipeline, like the CalNev pipeline is pretty expensive. So that's the issue with our gas prices. And I don't know. I mean, I know that there's been some talk about extending the pipeline from Arizona over here, so maybe we can get some Texas fuel. But there's all kinds of crazy environmental studies that have to happen and things like that, right? I mean, because it would have to cross the Colorado River. And, you know, you have to make sure that it's going to, you know, not leak into a water supply. You know, that's like, you know, it's kind of the issue that we have in this country. We have the oil that we could refine to make gasoline. We just don't have the refining capacity to supply enough. So they got a Muhammad Ali statue over here too. So we're gonna head on out and head across the street. Now, from what I just read, is that the last Middle East oil tanker just offloaded in California. So that means that California is no longer going to be getting any Middle Eastern oil, anything coming from the Strait of Hormuz. So that's going to be an issue, right? Europe is having a hard time getting crude oil. So America is exporting more right now. So when America oil companies start to export more finished product, that puts upward pressure on our prices, right? So we're kind of in a crazy time right now where getting the price points that we need, you know, is really, really hard because everything is so volatile right now. So the tar sand oils, if that's what you're talking about, there's not too many refineries in America that can refine the tar sands, right? So they can make it into a slurry, and then they usually export that to like India or China, where they refine it, because it's a very acidic, sour crude, and a lot of our refineries, because American oil is a little bit sweeter of a crude, doesn't have as much sulfur in it. The refineries aren't set up for that heavy ass crude. Yeah, I made it all the way over here, right? I mean, people say it takes forever to walk around Vegas. It doesn't take that long when you know where you're going, you know? Well, we walked down, we walked from Cosmo and walked it down to Park MGM, walked around the outside of New York, crossed over the pedestrian bridge, inside, took a detour inside of MGM Grand, and then listen, when you walk inside the casinos, that takes a lot of time off, a lot of the zigging and zagging that you have to do on the strip, you know, and it keeps you cool. So we're gonna go ahead and check this out, the construction site. The A's ballpark. Yeah, it doesn't take as long as people think, man. Long legs, right? So, yeah, so when we're, you know, so you also have to remember, right, that gas prices, like the gas that we're pumping today was bought like 3 months ago, right? And it was probably a lot cheaper 3 months ago, right? But a lot of, like, gas is bought on futures, right? So they're trying to figure out what it's going to cost. So right now, they're looking at supply chains and all that stuff, demand, and they're trying to figure out how much is gas going to cost in 3 months. So they start charging what they think the gas would cost in 3 months, basically. It's a little more complicated than that. But it's not like, you know, dollar for dollar. Oh, I bought gas for wholesale for $2 a gallon. You know, I'm going to sell it at $2.25. They might have bought it at $2 a gallon, and they're going to sell it for $3.25 in anticipation. In 3 months, they're going to have to buy it for $3 a gallon. You know what I mean? So that's how that all kind of works. No, actually, today I'm wearing, I think, Asics sneakers. So Yeah, so I mean, we're at the very, very end of the supply chain. So we're like kind of at the mercy of the California market here in Las Vegas. So, like, how much of a charge is that, Robert? Because if I go from, like, say 22% on my Tesla up to 80 at a supercharger, I'm looking at about $9 to get that around 300-mile range. You know what I mean? And here we are. Let's check it out. The stadium is moving pretty good. Now, I mostly charge at home. There's a lot going on over here. Right, we are past that 75. Are we going to get to 100 thumbs ups? I think so. Come on. See that button that looks like a thumb up? Go ahead and hit that button if you haven't already. That cool looking pyramid in the background, that is the Luxor. That is one of my favorite spots. I know it's one of your favorite spots, Mud. But no, they're not shutting down the Luxor and Excalibur. I see that rumor constantly. The Luxor and the Excalibur are very important properties in the MGM portfolio. Think about it. They capture a huge portion of the budget travelers that come to Vegas and stay at MGM properties. They're at the lower end of the MGM property prices, you know, a little lower than New York, New York. Park MGM is pretty pricey. MGM's properties are usually a little bit more pricier and a little nicer than Caesars, I think. But every so often, at least once or twice a week, I see someone post a rumor. I heard they're going to tear down Excalibur. What would you like to see there? You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not going anywhere in the foreseeable future. Awesome, Sebastian. Glad you had a fun time. Yeah, I thought Fantasy is a good show. There's another show. There's a couple of them shows out here. I like the one at the Strat, Rogue. That one's pretty fun too. Ha! Like that one. Luxor and Excalibur are going to be Vegas Disney Village. That's a rumor that we could start, right? I would love to be able to get inside and walk around this job site, man. I mean, obviously, I know they're not going to let you, you know, way too dangerous, but, you know, insurances and shit like that. George Flores, what's going on, buddy? Listen, my AC in my Tesla, it kicks ass. That was probably the Uber driver conserving energy and making his passengers suffer. I get into Tesla after Jay gets in it, and it's like the Arctic like circle, you know. It does use energy up pretty good, but it works really good. And you know what? They may have not had the back vents on, man. Yeah, grab a hard hat. You know, it's weird because, Mud, I think they have actual like turnstiles that you got to badge through. You know what I mean? How about in my truck? I don't need air conditioning in my truck, George. Got no air conditioning in my truck. Listen, my truck's 26 years old, man. I've been out here for 6 years with no air conditioning. It doesn't bother me. You roll them windows down in the truck and it's just fine. Yeah, you get that wind air cooling, right? Moving some stuff in there. So they got them big giant green pillars in there. I guess that's how they're going to be connecting when they start putting a roof or something on. There's like one or two of them, it looks like, laying down in the center there still. It is. It's a nice dry heat, man. The Barstow Del Taco, I'll have to check that out. Decon 112's hot, man. 1010 is our official temperature here. So we're gonna start heading back up. I guess we're gonna walk back over towards like New York, and then I'm gonna sign off from there. Let my everything cool down. Go home, check and see if my controller for the little button came for the seat in the Tesla that I got to replace. But I got a kind of busy afternoon. Am I drinking water? Yeah, I've drinking some water today. You know, mostly in the form of coffee. No, I do drink plenty of water. Trust me. I'm like one of those people that overhydrate. I drink so much water that at night, because I didn't sweat it all out or replenish, like it's over replenished, I end up peeing all night. I'll get a cold non-alcoholic beer there. Tell them I don't drink. No, my wife, when she was getting in, snapped one of the buttons that moved the seat back and forth. So it's never been broken, George. I don't know what you mean by my Tesla's broken again. That was the Prius that was always breaking down towards the end of its life. Now, you know what? I have a Camelback at home. I've never thought about using it up here, though. George, you're just jealous of my good looks, buddy. So, yeah, so you definitely, that's the thing. You need to stay hydrated out here, right? When you're out here, and everybody complains. Everybody complains, everybody posts these videos. I paid $26 for a bottle of water. I paid $12 for a bottle of water in the resort. Well, just go across the street to the ABC store. You can get 2 bottles, 2 liters of water for $3. You know, you can even get the big bottles of Fuji water if you're bougie like that. You can get 2 of the big Fuji water bottles for like $6. So, you know, you pay what you pay, right? When you get up to a cash register in a store and you hand them a bottle of water, a can of beer, a soda, and they say, that's $12 for that water. That's, you know, $8 for that soda, $15 for that beer. You can very well say, oh, you know what? No, thanks. And walk away. You're not under an obligation to buy that product when you get to the cash register if you didn't know how much, you know, it cost. And a lot of times you don't see a price anywhere. So you get up to the cash register and they're like, yeah, it's $12 for that bottle of water. Tell them to go pound some sand. I'm going to go over to an ABC store. And that's the only way that these places will ever start to lower their prices, right? Because if you're not buying it, they got 2 options. Fix the prices so people will buy it, or go out of business. Bob, yeah, you're right. There is a ton of them. You know, and hey, I'm going to tell you what, those people have a whole lot more subscribers than I have, and probably make a lot more money on their videos than I do. And because negativity sells, right? Nobody wants to hear the guy say, just don't buy it. Go to the store next door where it's $3 and buy the water. You know? Well, I mean, there's a lot of videos out there that tell people where to go to get their stuff. You know? Yeah, listen, man, I don't care if you're in, you know, West Bumblefuck Nowhereville and you're staying at a hotel. You're gonna pay more for a drink than you would if you went down the street away from the hotel. Every hotel charges more. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you're in Vegas, LA, New York, Chicago, Washington, DC. Every major city, especially in the tourist areas, are gonna be much pricier. If you didn't figure that out by now, I don't know what to tell you. You can't take your hometown prices, your neighborhood bar in Philadelphia, and say, hey, well, when I'm at my neighborhood bar in Philly, it costs me $3 for a bottle of beer. Yeah, you're not in Las Vegas. You're not in a $1 billion building. You're in a corner bar, you know? Yeah, I paid like $45 or something, $43 a day in San Francisco in a public parking garage. Last time we went to San Francisco about a year ago. I paid, I think, $50 a night when we parked in San Diego last year when we went to San Diego. And $35 in Phoenix. It's $20 out here on a weeknight and $25 on a weekend. It's still cheaper. when I lived in Philadelphia, if I drove to Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and I parked somewhere, I was paying for parking if I was in the downtown area. It's just that easy. You know what I mean? You don't come here because you're just cheap, George. Yeah, and not just that, right? Like, the parking has been around. Paid parking in Las Vegas has been around since 2016. MGM started it in 2016. So it's not brand new. It didn't happen last year. It's 10 years old. You know what I mean? Now, was it 20 hours 10 years ago? No, it wasn't. You know, resort fees started in 2008, right? On the Strip. Maybe 2004. Right, whatever, right? But they've been around for almost 20 years. You know, other cities have resort fees. They just don't call them resort fees. You know, they call it something else. And, you know, a lot of these places, they just tag it into the price of the room, right? And, you know, Vegas for a long time had that shady practice of not telling you about the resort fees until the end, right? So you thought you were getting that 19. Well, now it's all out there in front. And if you compare how much a room costs, it basically costs a little bit less or the same as any major city. So, and you know, you're going to get your good deals. If you have like a good player rating or something like that, good comps, you know, you're going to get good deals, you know? That's just the way it is. That's the way this whole industry has always worked, you know? Like, high rollers don't pay for anything. The budget traveler are always prepared to burn the bill. But, you know, they charged us in such a way that you really didn't notice it. They gave us a lot of discounts on stuff so that we spend a lot more money on gambling. Well, people don't gamble as much anymore. They're coming for shows. They're coming for things. So they're extracting their money a different way. That's all it is. It's a different method of extracting our money. You know? It's a lack of competition. When you boil it down to it, it's a lack of competition in this city that has gone away since the early 2000s. When MGM and Caesars started buying everything up. Once there was only MGM and Caesars in Vegas, that's when prices started to really go up. So, all right. So we are in New York. I'm sitting down for a second and I'm gonna flip this around. I'm gonna actually be, there we go. I'm going to actually be logging off in a moment. So you guys have a great day. Me and Jay will probably be out sometime tonight, I think. That makes a good point, Bob, right? Gambling's all over the country now. You don't have to come to Vegas. People are coming to Vegas for other experiences. Shows, residencies, you know, everything Steve Wynn envisioned in the Mirage is what Vegas is trying to do today. So you guys have a great day. I will see you guys later on, hopefully, and thanks for joining.